Have you ever wondered, what does love truly mean? How can we build a relationship that is not only lasting but also fulfilling? Men may be impressed by a woman's appearance at first sight, but what truly makes them cherish and want to commit for the long term? It is not just beauty but also charisma, intelligence, elegance in behavior, and self-sufficiency in life. A woman can be beautiful, but if she lacks independence or femininity, she may struggle to maintain long-lasting attraction. So, what are the unspoken standards men use to evaluate women? Let's find out. Welcome to Sophia's Knowledge, and my name is Sophia. This is a place where lessons about love help you understand this complex emotion better. In today's video, we will explore 6 unspoken standards men use to evaluate women, and this might change the way you perceive love in your life. Get ready because the insights and secrets you are about to uncover may make you rethink yourself and the relationships around you. Before we start, find a quiet place, put on your headphones, and relax. Let your mind fully immerse in these discussions and enjoy every moment. Are you ready to discover new perspectives on love? Let's start with Sophia right now. Number 1. Appearance and style. A woman's first attraction in a man's eyes. When talking about the standards men often use to evaluate women, appearance and style are undoubtedly the first factors that make an impression. It is undeniable that outward beauty is what initially catches the eye, but it is not just about a pretty face or a perfect body. Men tend to evaluate a woman as a whole, how she takes care of herself, her fashion sense, and the aura she exudes. First impressions and the importance of appearance. Although we often emphasize inner beauty, the reality is that a woman's first impression largely comes from her appearance. A woman who knows how to take care of herself, stays neat, clean, and has a suitable fashion sense will always create a favorable impression from the very first moment. Appearance is not just about facial features or body shape but also a combination of elements such as hair, skin, makeup, and even posture and speech. Healthy skin, smooth hair, or a confident presence can create a strong attraction, sometimes even more important than facial features. Men are not only drawn to a beautiful face but also to a woman's vibrancy, radiance, and overall aura. Fashion sense and sophistication. An appropriate outfit can elevate a woman's presence. It is not necessary to follow expensive fashion trends, but choosing outfits that complement your figure, personality, and occasion will always earn you points in a man's eyes. Men tend to appreciate women who know how to coordinate their outfits, expressing their personality while maintaining elegance. A simple but well-fitted dress, a tailored outfit appropriate for the occasion, can showcase a woman's sophistication. On the other hand, if a woman appears too sloppy, overly extravagant, or lacks harmony in her dressing style, it can diminish her appeal. Moreover, style is also reflected in choices of shoes, accessories, and even perfume. A subtle, pleasant scent and the right pair of shoes can complete a woman's overall image in the eyes of others. Neatness and attitude towards oneself. Beauty does not have a specific standard, but neatness and self-care are essential. Men often notice whether a woman takes care of herself. A woman who maintains personal hygiene, knows how to apply light makeup to enhance her natural features, and always appears fresh and well-groomed is more likely to attract admiration. Neatness is not just about fashion but also about health and physique. A woman who exercises and maintains a healthy lifestyle exudes a different kind of attractiveness compared to someone who neglects their well-being. This also indicates that she respects herself, and when a person loves themselves, they naturally attract love from others. Aura and confidence. If appearance is what catches a man's attention, aura is what keeps him interested for the long run. A woman with an attractive style but lacking confidence, whether timid or overly arrogant, may make men feel uncomfortable. Confidence is shown through eye contact, smile, posture, and conversation style. A woman who knows she is beautiful but does not flaunt it, who listens well and speaks gracefully, will always leave a lasting impression. Sometimes, confidence is even more crucial than looks because it creates a natural charm without effort. Many men admit that they are drawn to women not just because of their beauty but because of the energy they radiate, the way they feel comfortable in their own skin and enjoy life. Beauty is not just to please men. Many women believe they need to enhance their looks just to impress men, but in reality, self-care should primarily be for oneself, to feel confident and love oneself more. A truly attractive woman is not someone who tries to fit an ideal mold for someone else but rather someone who knows how to embrace and enhance her natural beauty and unique style. Outer beauty may catch the eye, but style, attitude, and aura are what make a woman truly memorable. Instead of chasing unrealistic beauty standards, women should focus on feeling radiant, confident, and developing their own signature style. Final thoughts. Ultimately, appearance and style are always important factors in how men evaluate women. However, beauty is not just about facial features or a perfect figure. It is the combination of self-care, fashion sense, self-respect, and confidence. Men are naturally drawn to women who take care of themselves in a refined way, have a good sense of aesthetics, and exude positive energy. Therefore, every woman should find her unique style, love herself, and always maintain confidence, because that is the key to lasting attraction. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends or loved ones to spread these valuable insights. If you have any questions or ideas, feel free to leave a comment. I am always here to listen and respond. Let's continue this journey together. Number 2. Personality and attitude towards life. The factor that keeps men around for the long term. If appearance and style are what attract men at first glance, then personality and attitude towards life are what determine whether a woman can keep them around for the long haul. Beauty may captivate for a moment, but an interesting personality and a positive attitude towards life are what make men want to commit long term. A woman may not be conventionally beautiful, but if she knows how to communicate, exudes warmth, has a sense of humor, and remains optimistic, she can still be the most captivating woman in a man's eyes. Let's explore the key aspects of personality and attitude that men often evaluate in women. Joyfulness and a positive attitude. No one wants to be around someone who is constantly negative or always complaining about everything. Men are especially drawn to women who have positive energy, know how to enjoy life, and spread joy to those around them. A woman who is cheerful, laughs often, and doesn't let small inconveniences ruin her mood creates a pleasant atmosphere. Men usually feel comfortable around a woman who knows how to turn ordinary moments into something fun and appreciates the little things in life rather than dwelling on negativity. However, being joyful doesn't mean always laughing or acting overly carefree. It's about maintaining an optimistic spirit even in tough situations, finding the silver lining instead of getting lost in disappointment. Intelligence and charm in communication. Men appreciate intelligent women, but not the kind who always argue to prove their superiority. Rather, they value those who are tactful in conversation, know how to speak engagingly, when to listen, and when to share their thoughts. A woman who speaks charmingly makes men want to keep talking to her, wanting to learn more about her. A good sense of humor, a bit of playfulness, or the ability to ask intriguing questions can make a conversation more appealing. Moreover, men highly regard women with an open-minded perspective, those who aren't stubborn, respect other people's opinions, and can see things from multiple angles. An intelligent woman doesn't need to prove she's smarter than others. Instead, she knows how to use her intellect to create meaningful and engaging discussions. Sincerity and honesty. In a world where many people may put on facades to achieve their goals, sincerity becomes a rare and valuable trait. Men may be drawn to looks, but they will only commit long-term to a woman who is genuine and honest. Sincerity is reflected in how she expresses her emotions. She doesn't pretend to be someone she's not or act a certain way just to please others. It's when she confidently shares her true thoughts and feelings without pretense or playing a role. Honesty doesn't mean being blunt to the point of hurting others, but rather being clear and transparent in words and actions. A woman who keeps her promises, doesn't manipulate others emotionally, and remains truthful will always be respected by men. Knowing how to handle relationships. The way a woman treats those around her reveals a lot about her character. A woman who is kind-hearted, considerate of others, polite to service staff, and behaves gracefully in different situations leaves a lasting impression. Men often observe how a woman interacts with her family, friends, and acquaintances. If she is genuinely caring, without being calculating or opportunistic, it shows she is trustworthy and has the potential to be a great life partner. Additionally, social tact is crucial. A woman who can express her opinions while still respecting others will always be highly valued. Independence and proactiveness in life. Men don't find overly dependent women attractive, those who constantly rely on others to make decisions for them. A woman who is independent, knows how to make her own choices, and takes responsibility for her life will always have a special allure. Being independent doesn't mean a woman doesn't need a man, but rather that she knows how to create her own happiness, achieve her goals, and doesn't rely on someone else to define her worth. A woman who has control over her life, follows her passions, and pursues what she wants earns the admiration and respect of men. Moreover, independent women exude confidence and strength. They know what they want and are not easily swayed by outside opinions. This is precisely what makes them attractive and intriguing to men. Final thoughts. Personality and attitude towards life are crucial factors that make a woman attractive in the long run. A woman who is cheerful, positive, intelligent, sincere, and independent has a powerful charm, not just for men but for everyone around her. Men may be initially drawn to physical beauty, but it's a woman's personality that determines whether they decide to stay. A woman who enjoys life, is tactful in communication, and treats others well will always be cherished and valued. So, instead of only focusing on external appearance, women should invest in their personality, attitude, and how they treat people. This is the key to becoming a truly captivating and valuable woman in a man's eyes. If you're still watching this video, don't hesitate to comment continue. Share your thoughts and questions in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to support Sophia in creating more meaningful and inspiring videos. Let's continue this journey together. Number 3. Intelligence and knowledge. The factor that creates a woman's lasting allure. When discussing the standards men use to evaluate women, many people often think of appearance and personality. However, there is an equally important factor, one that can even be decisive in whether a woman can maintain her long-term appeal: intelligence and knowledge. A woman's intelligence is not just about high academic achievements or logical reasoning ability. It also manifests in how she behaves, communicates, and perceives life. A woman with sharp intellect, broad knowledge, and the ability to remain refined and tactful will always make men admire and want to learn more about her. So, what makes intelligence and knowledge so attractive in a woman? Intelligence is not about flaunting knowledge, but knowing how to use it at the right time. A truly intelligent woman doesn't need to constantly prove that she knows everything. She doesn't have to show that she is better than others. Instead, she knows how to use her knowledge to create engaging, interesting, and deep conversations. Real intelligence lies in the ability to listen, absorb diverse perspectives, and ask the right questions to expand the discussion rather than just talking endlessly about what she knows. A woman who can make a man feel excited when conversing with her does so because she knows how to introduce compelling topics, respond tactfully, and make the dialogue enjoyable. On the other hand, a woman may be highly competent, but if she always tries to outshine others or argues just to win without considering the other person's feelings, it can create discomfort and distance. Knowledge allows women to have a broad and profound perspective. A woman with extensive knowledge is not only engaging in conversations but also captivating in how she perceives life. She may not be an expert in every field, but she has an open mind, stays informed, and views issues from multiple angles. Knowledge is not just limited to books, it is also reflected in life experiences, keen observation, and the ability to adapt to changes. A woman with flexible thinking, a willingness to learn, and continuous self-improvement will always bring a sense of freshness and appreciation. Men are often attracted to women who have deep insights into the world around them, who can analyze situations rationally and are not overly driven by emotions. This makes them feel at ease and respectful when conversing or building a relationship with such a woman. An intelligent woman has strong opinions but is not stubborn. One of the key traits of an intelligent woman is that she knows her stance but is not rigid or close-minded. She may have her own principles, but she is always willing to listen and consider different viewpoints. Men do not appreciate women who are overly stubborn, insisting that they are always right without acknowledging the reasoning of others. However, they also do not favor women who easily change their opinions just to please others. An attractive woman is someone who can defend her beliefs with convincing arguments but is also tactful enough to avoid turning a discussion into a tense confrontation. When she balances confidence with flexibility, she becomes a trustworthy companion, someone men can discuss anything with without feeling pressured. Sharp intuition and skillful problem-solving. Intelligence is not only about logical thinking, it is also evident in how a woman responds to real-life situations. A woman may have vast knowledge, but if she lacks the ability to handle situations delicately, she may cause unnecessary tension and discomfort. For example, when faced with an unexpected or awkward situation, an intelligent woman knows how to remain calm and find a reasonable solution without escalating conflicts. She does not let emotions overpower her reasoning, does not act impulsively, and always thinks before making decisions. The ability to adapt and handle situations gracefully earns admiration and respect from men. A woman who can navigate challenges smoothly while maintaining her composure and firmness will always have a unique charm. Intelligence makes women independent and self-sufficient. One of the reasons intelligence is so essential is that it enables women to be independent and self-sufficient. A woman with sharp thinking, who knows what she wants, and has a plan for her life will not easily become dependent on others. Self-sufficiency does not mean rejecting help or companionship, but rather the ability to make her own decisions, not being overly influenced by others, and always having personal goals. This makes men respect and want to be her partner rather than feeling burdened with the responsibility of carrying the entire relationship. On the other hand, women who are overly reliant on others, lack their own opinions, or always wait for someone else to guide them may make men feel exhausted. Men may enjoy taking care of women, but they do not want to be the only ones responsible for everything in the relationship. Final thoughts. Intelligence and knowledge are the factors that make a woman captivating in a sustainable way. It is not just about having vast knowledge but about using intellect to communicate skillfully, handle situations with grace, and take control of her own life. Men may be initially drawn to appearance, but it is intelligence that makes them truly respect and want to commit. A woman with sharp thinking, the ability to listen, problem-solving skills, and unshakable confidence will always have a special allure. So, instead of focusing solely on looks, women should invest in intellect, personal growth, and continuous learning. Beauty may fade over time, but intelligence and knowledge will always help a woman shine and remain valuable in any situation. Number 4. How you treat others. The measure of a woman's value. Among all the standards men often use to evaluate women, the way she treats others is the clearest reflection of her character and value. Not only men, but anyone is naturally drawn to a woman who is considerate, compassionate, and genuinely cares for those around her. A woman may be beautiful and intelligent, but if she behaves rudely, lacks respect, or is selfish in relationships, her charm will gradually fade. On the other hand, a woman with a proper attitude, who sincerely cares and interacts gracefully, will always be admired by those around her, especially by men. So, how do men evaluate the way women treat others? How she treats her family and friends. One of the first things men observe is how a woman behaves with her family and friends. With family, men highly appreciate women who love, respect, and care for their parents and siblings. If a woman treats her family well, she is more likely to build a happy family in the future. A filial daughter who listens and values family traditions makes men feel secure when thinking about a long-term commitment. With friends, a woman who maintains healthy friendships, treats her friends well, and shows sincerity and good character stands out. Men notice how she talks about her friends, how she behaves in a group, and how she reacts when a friend is in trouble. If she is always willing to help, remains respectful, and avoids speaking ill behind others' backs, it leaves a very positive impression. On the contrary, if a woman is indifferent to her family, frequently complains, argues, or disrespects her loved ones, men may question whether she can create a harmonious family in the future. How she treats strangers and people in lower positions. One of the most important measures of a person's character is how they treat those who cannot benefit them. Men are very observant of how women interact with service workers, cashiers, security guards, or anyone in a lower social position. If she is polite, respectful, and does not discriminate, it shows that she is kind and understanding. Conversely, if she acts arrogant, looks down on others, or treats people with disrespect just because of their lower status, men may view her character negatively. A woman with a beautiful personality not only treats those who can help her well but also extends kindness to everyone. This not only reflects her upbringing but also reveals her true nature. How she treats her partner or husband. For men, one of the most important aspects is how a woman treats them in a romantic relationship. Respect. A woman who respects her partner's opinions and feelings, without belittling or disregarding him, is always highly attractive. Men do not like being controlled or overly criticized. They want to be heard, respected, and feel valued in the relationship. Support. Men appreciate a woman who encourages, motivates, and stands by them during difficult times. She doesn't need to solve all their problems, but simply being there, listening, and offering genuine encouragement is enough to make them feel secure. Handling conflicts. Disagreements are inevitable in any relationship, but how a woman reacts is crucial. If she can control her emotions and resolve issues calmly and understandingly, rather than yelling, criticizing, or emotionally manipulating, she will earn a man's respect and love. Kindness and compassion. A woman with a kind heart, who genuinely cares for others, always has a strong appeal. Kindness is not only shown through grand gestures but also through small acts, such as helping someone in need, refraining from making hasty judgments, or listening without expecting anything in return. A woman may be gentle with her loved ones, but if she also extends that warmth to others without expecting anything in return, it proves she has a beautiful soul. Men are naturally attracted to women who have warm hearts, are not selfish, and can empathize with others. Grace in communication and social interactions. Beyond kindness and sincerity, a woman who is graceful in communication is more likely to be well-liked. She knows how to choose her words carefully to avoid hurting others. She maintains politeness even when disagreeing with someone. She does not come across as too distant or cold, but also does not act overly eager or tactless. Graceful interactions do not mean being fake or trying to please everyone. It means knowing how to express oneself appropriately and maintaining harmony in relationships. Final thoughts. The way a woman treats others is not only a measure of her character but also a determining factor in whether she can sustain a long-term relationship. Men may be initially attracted to physical beauty, but it is a woman's behavior and kindness that make them want to stay. A woman may not be perfect, but if she has a kind heart, respects others, and genuinely cares for people, she will always be valuable. And that value is not just in the eyes of men but in all the relationships around her. Number 5. Independence and the ability to manage life. The sustainable value of the modern woman. In today's society, a woman's independence is not just a choice but an essential quality that helps her live a meaningful and happy life. A woman can be gentle and feminine, but if she lacks independence and cannot manage her own life, it may cause men to feel uncertain about a long-term relationship. Independence does not mean living alone or refusing help from others. Rather, it is the ability to stand on her own, control her life, and not be overly dependent on anyone. Men are always attracted to women who can take charge of their finances, emotions, and have a clear plan for their lives. So, how do men evaluate a woman's independence? Financial independence, not dependent, not relying on others. One of the clearest signs of independence is financial self-sufficiency. Men do not necessarily expect a woman to be wealthy or have an outstanding career, but they do value her ability to earn and manage her finances without relying on anyone. Not expecting men to provide for them, a financially independent woman never considers a man as her financial plan. She can take care of herself, does not put economic pressure on others, and does not use material wealth as a measure of love. This fosters mutual respect in a relationship. Knowing how to manage expenses wisely, independence is not just about earning money but also about spending it wisely. A woman who can control her personal finances, save, and invest reasonably makes a man feel more secure about a future with her. Having the ability to earn money, no matter how much, a stable job, even if it doesn't bring in a high income, is a good indication that a woman can support herself and maintain control over her life. The ability to make decisions and take responsibility. An independent woman does not wait for others to make decisions for her. She can think critically, evaluate situations, and make important choices in her life. Not overly dependent on others' opinions, an independent woman listens to advice but ultimately has her own perspective and dares to take responsibility for her choices. She is not excessively influenced by the opinions of family, friends, or society. Solving problems instead of waiting for someone to rescue her. When faced with difficulties, she does not just sit and complain but actively seeks solutions. Men greatly admire women who can confront challenges without easily breaking down or relying on others for help. Taking responsibility for her mistakes, a mature and independent woman does not blame circumstances or others when she fails. She acknowledges her mistakes, learns from them, and moves forward. Confidence and emotional control. Independence is not only about material stability but also about mental strength. A truly independent woman can control her emotions and not let external factors heavily influence her mood or decisions. Not seeking happiness from external sources, an independent woman understands that happiness does not come from having a man by her side but from within herself. She does not let her emotions be dictated by whether someone gives her attention or not. Not relying on men to feel valuable, a confident woman does not need a man's validation to know she is worthy. She understands her own value and does not lower herself just to please someone. Not letting emotions control every decision, a wise woman knows how to manage her emotions, ensuring that anger or sadness does not cloud her judgment in important life choices. Balancing work and personal life. An independent woman does not mean she is solely focused on her career while neglecting other aspects of life. She knows how to maintain a balance between work, family, friends, and personal interests. Not letting work consume her entire life. No matter how successful she is, an independent woman still makes time for her family, friends, and the things she loves. Taking care of herself, a woman who manages her life well does not allow herself to become exhausted by work or overwhelmed by responsibilities. She knows when to rest, relax, and take care of both her mental and physical health. Not living according to others' expectations, she sets her own goals for life instead of trying to please everyone around her. Willingness to step out of her comfort zone and grow. An independent woman does not fear challenges and constantly seeks personal growth. Always learning and expanding her knowledge, regardless of age, she maintains a mindset of continuous improvement, always developing new skills and seeking new opportunities. Not afraid of change, she dares to challenge herself and step out of her comfort zone to pursue what she desires. Not afraid to go alone, an independent woman does not need company to feel safe. She can travel alone, execute her plans, and enjoy her own company without relying on anyone. Final thoughts. Independence not only helps women build a stronger life but also makes them more attractive in the eyes of men. A woman may be beautiful and intelligent, but if she cannot manage her own life, she may eventually become a burden to the man beside her. On the other hand, a woman who is financially independent, capable of making wise decisions, balancing work and personal life, controlling her emotions, and continuously developing herself will always have a unique allure. Not only men but everyone around her will respect and admire such a woman. Because in the end, an independent woman does not just make others love her, most importantly, she loves herself. Number 6. Femininity and Sophistication. The captivating beauty from within. A woman can be beautiful, intelligent, and independent, but if she lacks femininity and sophistication, she will not be able to touch the deepest emotions in a man's soul. Femininity is not just about a gentle appearance or fashion style, it is the way a woman exudes grace, tact, and an understanding of her own value. In the eyes of men, a truly attractive woman is not one who pretends to be weak or dependent, but one who knows how to balance strength with softness, independence with refinement, decisiveness with gentleness. So, what elements create femininity and sophistication that men highly appreciate? Gentleness and softness in behavior. One of the things that most strongly attracts men to women is gentleness. Men may be strong and capable of leading their lives, but when they stand before a gentle woman, they feel respected, loved, and have the desire to protect her. A soft, calm way of speaking. A sophisticated woman knows how to control her tone of voice. She doesn't speak too loudly, doesn't interrupt others, and always maintains a polite and graceful attitude. Men are often attracted to women who have a warm voice, not one that is too sharp or harsh. Softness in manners. A woman can be strong, but if she retains her elegance and courtesy in dealing with others, she will always leave a good impression. Softness is not weakness, it is a way of showing respect, understanding, and emotional control. Knowing how to listen and share. A sophisticated woman not only knows how to speak but also how to listen. She can empathize with others, refrain from making hasty judgments, and always expresses genuine concern. Natural beauty and self-care. Femininity cannot lack the element of physical appearance. Men do not expect women to be perfect, but they are always attracted to those who take care of themselves and maintain their natural beauty. A suitable fashion sense. A sophisticated woman doesn't need to follow fashion trends blindly, but she knows how to choose outfits that match the occasion, her body, and her style. Elegance and neatness in dressing help her stand out effortlessly. Maintaining cleanliness and neatness. Men may not notice every small detail, but they can always recognize whether a woman takes care of herself. A fresh-smelling hair, healthy skin, and a light fragrance can leave a deeper impression than any elaborate makeup. Confidence in appearance. A woman with confidence will always radiate a unique beauty. She doesn't need to be the most beautiful, but her confidence in her eyes, smile, and posture makes her more attractive than ever. Skillfulness and sophistication in communication. A truly sophisticated woman is not only evident in her appearance or posture but also in the way she communicates with those around her. Not talking too much about herself, a refined woman doesn't feel the need to constantly prove how talented or special she is. She knows when to share, when to listen, and always maintains humility in her conversations. Avoiding harsh or vulgar language. Language is one of the clearest reflections of a woman's sophistication. A woman who uses gentle, thoughtful words and avoids careless speech will always leave a good impression. Creating engaging conversations. A sophisticated woman doesn't need to know everything, but she knows how to make conversations interesting with her wit, intelligence, and skillful way of asking questions. Expressing femininity without losing individuality. Femininity does not mean becoming weak or dependent on men. A woman can be independent and strong while still retaining her softness and charm. Not trying to masculinize herself, many modern women believe that to succeed, they must be as tough and strong as men. However, a truly sophisticated woman is one who can be successful while still embracing her femininity. Using body language effectively. A gentle smile, an expressive gaze, a well-timed touch, all these convey femininity and sophistication without the need for excessive words. Maintaining an air of mystery and allure, a sophisticated woman doesn't reveal everything about herself right away. She knows how to keep a little mystery, making others curious and eager to learn more about her. Warmth and emotional nurturing. A truly feminine woman is one who knows how to create a sense of warmth for those around her. Spreading positive energy, a sophisticated woman is not always cheerful, but she knows how to radiate optimism, making others feel comfortable in her presence. Showing care and attentiveness, femininity is reflected in small actions such as remembering little details about someone, sending a thoughtful message at the right time, or simply giving a warm hug when someone needs it. Not being controlling or imposing, a sophisticated woman doesn't try to control men or force them to follow her wishes. She respects others' personal space and creates a balanced relationship. Ultimately, femininity and sophistication are not things that can be faked or forced, they are nurtured from within. A truly captivating woman is one who can harmonize strength with gentleness, independence with softness, intelligence with refinement. Men may be initially drawn to a woman's looks, but it is her femininity and sophistication that make them want to stay. And most importantly, a truly refined woman is not trying to please anyone, she simply understands that when she loves herself in the most gentle and profound way, she naturally becomes captivating. Conclusion. Every man has different standards and desires for the woman he loves, but overall, they are still attracted to core values, an appealing appearance, a positive personality, sharp intelligence, refined manners, independence, and femininity. These qualities not only make a woman attractive but also turn her into a valuable life partner. Initial attraction may come from looks and style, but what keeps a man around long term is a woman's character, intelligence, and how she treats the world around her. A woman can be independent and strong, but she still needs to maintain her softness and sophistication to create balance in a relationship. Most importantly, a woman does not need to change herself to meet anyone's expectations. She does not have to be perfect, but she should always strive for self-improvement. When a woman learns to love herself, cultivate her personal values, and live true to her best qualities, she not only earns the admiration of men but also becomes the brightest version of herself. A woman's true beauty does not come from trying to please others but from understanding her own worth and shining in her own unique way. And that is the most sustainable allure, one that transcends all standards and prejudices. Thank you for watching this video until the very end. I hope today's insights on love have provided you with new perspectives and valuable lessons. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your loved ones. I deeply appreciate your support and hope that each video brings you closer to a happy and fulfilling love life. See you in the next videos. Wishing you a wonderful and inspiring day.